What's up, my good peoples? What's up? I haven't made a video in a minute. So let's go back into, first and first most. How you guys doing? How you guys doing? Happy Thanksgiving. You know what I mean? I just came off of work. Amazon doing 10-hour shifts. Today I didn't actually go in and did 10 hours. They let us go in half a shift. Still got paid for it. Um, so let's start off with my how can I say my observations of doing Lyft and doing Uber. All right, so let's start with Uber first. With Uber, you definitely make more money making Uber. Without hands down, you make more money because what people don't realize that even when you rent a car, you make money. Um, First of all, you pay in the car right from the gate. You paying your rental right from the gate. Um, it's like $350 a week. You gotta have 20 rides at least by Wednesday in order for you to continue to keep the car. And then you got till Sunday to like about 5 o'clock in the morning to make bread. You know what I mean? All right, so that's one thing. With Lyft, you give $150 down deposit. They give you a car, but you automatically start working for them. Um, the bad thing about with Lyft is that what people don't realize, excuse me, is that sorry, I'm not looking at that camera because I'm actually driving. I know I shouldn't be driving and doing this. I know, but whatever. I know I'm going to get a whole bunch of people coming at me, but it is what it is. It's like 5 o'clock in the morning. Ain't nobody out here. That's why I'm not looking at the camera. I'm looking at the road. But anyway, back to Lyft. What Lyft, once you pay that $150, you get that when you return the car. That's just for you to reserve the car. That's it. It's still $350. And when I mean you start automatically working for them, the minute you get the car, you got to make the money for the car first. You don't make no money at all. None. Zero. None. Zero. You don't make no money at all. So the gas and everything else, you gotta come out of pocket for that. Until the whole entire 350 is paid. After the 350 is paid, whatever you make is whatever you make. Now, if you're like me, I got the unlimited. That's why I paid 350. I can use it for personal use. I can go to Philly. Um, I can go anywhere. You know what I mean? I can, if I have a second job, like I work at Amazon, I take it to work, and I can do that. um, so the problem with that is, even while you making the money for the rental, the problem with that is, and the problem why you don't make money a whole lot, is because Lyft got this thing that they pretty much take half of your money. That's just bottom line. So if you make $300, you should have made $600, but they taking half of that. And what I mean about that is they got this thing called a passenger fee, which I have no clue what the heck that is, but it's a passenger fee. They take a fee off of that. And then they got this other thing called Lyft Feed, which is, I guess, is for you to use the app. So they take a feed off of that. Yeah, you like my lights? Ew, that's so sexy. Yeah, I know. I always do something to my car. Um, Everybody loves my car. When they get in my car, they get full service. They get waters, they get apple juice, they get snacks, all complimentary. It's all free. People do not tip. Some people tip. They give me 5 stars, but that's about it. People don't tip. But I like the comments. I like the people comments. I like that they come in here and be like, "Oh shit, I ain't never seen nothing like that. That's dope." I know, I know. You gotta sometimes I think outside the box. I haven't done that with the new car that I got in. I got a Nissan Rogue right now, 2022 Nissan Rogue. It's pretty nice. Um, but at first I decided that I wasn't gonna do that anymore because people just don't tip. So I'm spending, that comes out of my pocket. So I just don't do it anymore. So, but I am gonna start doing it again because a lot of my old riders they get back in my car and they were like, "Oh, you picked me up before. Oh, what happened with the candy? Oh, what happened with the crackers? Oh, what happened with the water and the apple juice?" And I explained to them, I'm like, "Well, this is the new vehicle, and I haven't actually hooked it up the way I want to." And people wasn't being kind of like unappreciative of my certain things. They would take too much instead of just taking, one or two. No, they gotta get a handful. They gotta fill their pocketbook full of candy or crackers. They gotta take 3 bottles of water. When I used to actually have a cooler here, and I used to have espressos, coffee, iced coffees. I used to have apple juice, waters, flavor water at that. And I used to also have monsters. And you would think I'd get at least $1. And never got anything. And then most of the time they rated me. When I did Uber. Now, that's another thing about Uber and Lyft passengers. Uber passengers, I'm sorry, and if you get offended or you actually use Uber. Um, when I got in Uber riders, I got in the most bullshit ass complaints about females only. And I ain't never disrespected nobody in here, and they're just liars. I got in a lady, got into my vehicle, and as soon as I dropped her off, she took me out of work for 3 days because they had to do an investigation. She actually called Uber for an $8 ride, and she probably listening to me right now. I don't really care. You're wrong. You're wrong for that. And she told Uber that um that we got into a total accident and my vehicle was actually totaled. So they took me out of commission. I had to take pictures of the whole entire vehicle. They had to call to her and talk to her. They had to get a statement from me. And it was 3 days that I didn't have to make no money. And I was doing Uber at that time full time. Now, when you're paying $350 3 days, it's about at least a good, I want to say, I used to make at least 250 a day. So you do the math. She cost me a lot of money. So now with passengers, I never had no complaints about the passenger. It's almost like upper class working people. They're very humble. They talkative. Um, I never had no complaints about the passengers. The passengers are great. Uber passengers, y'all some ratchet ass people. He is some ratchet ass people, And I'm from Philly, and I did Uber in Philly, and I ain't never had no ratchet ass folks doing Uber. And Philly is fucked up. more messed up than this shit than Connecticut. Come on, man. We gotta have some class, man. We gotta have some class. So that's the up and downs of Lyft and Uber. Like I said, with Lyft, they take a lot of fees. So it's like you working twice as hard. I can make $1,600 in a week, but bring home, I probably will be between the car rental and them taking their money. I probably will only bring home like $300. And then that $300, I gotta start all over again because Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday I gotta pay the car off all over again, and they gotta get their money first. And they still, even while you're paying the rental, they still take half their money. So, you know, that's it. Just sucks. It sucks. So if you're thinking about doing this Uber, doing Lyft, think about it, man. It's rough. It can be rough out here making money, man. You have good days and you have bad days. Sometimes I came in at night and left at night when they booted me out, and I still only made maybe $200. So kind of sucks. It should have been like $400, but they got to take half of their money. So another thing with Uber, actually with both of them, if you're gonna think about doing this, please get a dash cam. Please get a dash cam. I can't say this enough. Please get a dash cam. I actually bought one for here. I wanted the one for the side, the rear view mirror, because it actually records the front, the rear, and also inside your vehicle. It also records voices. So whenever a passenger comes in, they're being recorded, and it actually sends it to Uber or Lyft, and even their voice. So even if they're lying, well, both of them you're covered because both of them already know. They're listening to the same conversation, and actually lets them know that you're being recorded, and audio is also being recorded. So it covers your behind. Please, I can't state it again. Get a dash cam. I don't care if you get a one that faces the street. Turn it around on these folks, because stop playing with them, man, because they will lie on you in a heartbeat. You can go out of the way and be like, oh, can you stop at the corner store? And then they'll turn around and they lie on you real quick. And what the problem is that Uber, that's another thing with Uber and Lyft. The difference is with Lyft, it's gonna take you a long time to get somebody, and ain't gonna be nobody in the other line. All you're gonna do is like an automated text, almost like an automated texting. That's it, and it actually sounds like a computer, for real, for real. With Uber, you're gonna speak to somebody right away. They're gonna handle it right away. So when a passenger calls, believe me, they're gonna believe their answers first, unless you got a dash cam. So protect yourself. Believe me. And when they don't want to get out of the car, don't argue with this, folks. Just say, even if you lie, that's okay. The police officers are in their way. I already called them. I already sent them. You don't have to leave out the car. You can go ahead and wait. We're not going anywhere because we're waiting for the police officers to arrive. Trust me, they're going to get out the car. And if they drunk and aggressive and they hit you, well, I'm from Philly, like I said. I'm going to handle mine. Now I'm getting you the fuck out my way. And usually I make them think twice. They're like, Bright, you sure you want to do that? Because if I get out this car and take you out, you ain't going to like it. And I'm going to leave you somewhere like the police officers used to do back in the day in Philly. They'll leave your ass in the cornfield. Keep playing. Keep playing. I can be nice. I can be your worst nightmare at the same time. Don't play with me. So, vehicle wise, Lyft got nicer cars, hands down. Um, what Lyft won't give you, they won't give you an electric car. They would not give you an electric car at all. Um, but they definitely will give you a nice luxury car, a very comfortable car. Um, with Uber, you can choose if you want to drive electric. If you don't, when I had a Uber, I had a nice electric car. Do not get an electric car. It sounds nice, but you're not gonna make no money driving an electric car. Everywhere in Connecticut is far. A 15 mile is almost like a half hour drive. It's all highway. It's all the little dirt road, dirt mad hills. It's super dark. So just be prepared for all those things. So electric car, and then they take forever to actually charge. Yeah, they're cheap to charge, but you're constantly charging the car all the time. The car that I had was awesome, looked as sexy as hell, drove fabulous. It's almost like driving, it was an all electric. It's almost like driving a go-kart. I don't even know why they have a brake system, because if you let go of the brake, if you let go of the gas, it'll automatically stop right away. So you kind of, if you're driving in the highway and you never drove one before, you kind of like gotta let go of the gas and treat it almost like your brake. So you let go of the gas just slowly, and that's how you're gonna kind of slow down. If you let go of it too quickly, it's gonna stop very fast, and it's gonna make you jerk. And if it's people behind you, they're capable of actually hitting you. So just food for thought. Food for thought. um, I drove to New London, from Waterbury to New London, and I was already empty, and I had to sit there for almost 45 minutes to actually charge my car. It sucked. I would never do that again. I would never get an electric car at all. If I'm going to get a car, I would get a hybrid, or at least an eco car, or something like this. Like this, what I have right now. I had the HRV, Honda HRV. Let me tell you, that gas was magic. I went from Waterbury all the way to Philadelphia. That's a 4-hour drive, if people don't know. And I only drove. It took me only in a quarter tank. Amazing. It takes $40 to fill up. This is a Nissan Road 2022, and it's also an economy car, Eco, and it's actually pretty decent on gas. Half a tank is like about $20. I always try to keep it at least no less than half a tank. Once it gets to half a tank, I just fill it up. It's just easier. With a half a tank, I can make at least about $150. That's the way I look at it. So $20, I can make $150. That's actually not bad at all. What else I have beef with? Yeah, but you definitely, if you own your own car, I never done Lyft with your own vehicle. So from my understanding is, when you're in a hotspot and you rent their vehicles, they're going to give you all the good hits first because they're renting their car, and they want to take, they want to make their money too. So you're priority number one. If you have your own vehicle, they're going to make you wait before all the rentals are are taken care of. So yeah, I don't know if you actually get the fees taken out if you own your own vehicle like that. Um, what's that called? The passenger fee and the lift fee. I'm quite sure you probably get the lift fee, maybe not the passenger fee. I'm not quite sure. I haven't done it yet. Not sure. But um with Uber, you don't get none of that. You don't you don't you don't get no passenger fee. You don't get no Uber fee. They take a percentage out. I think it's like 5% or something like that. But you make majority of the money. So I used to make at least about in a week, and that's only like from Monday to Friday. And I used to make at least about $2,000. Good money, all mines, because you pay the car right up front. So whatever you once you get the car, whatever you make is yours. And then next week, when the week starts, you just gotta have that money there for that car. For the next week car payment. But yeah, but females, stop lying. Stop lying. You're harming riders. And I'm not saying some riders are, because I've been on both ends. I've been on shit. I picked up an Uber because I had to go to court for traffic court, and the guy that drove me there smelled like nothing marijuana. The whole car smelled like marijuana. Now I'm going to court. I'm going to court smelling like marijuana. Come on, you already know I gave him a bad rating, and the car was actually dirty as hell, and he was flying. So certain people, you're gonna rate people like that, then rate them like that. Be honest, you know. You like their service, you say you like their service. If you don't like their service, you don't like their service. But don't lie. Just because you don't want to pay the little bit of money that you're paying for whatever it is, and when you get a lift and you get in a vehicle and you be like, oh, I know you grabbed this ride because how much I paid. We got half of what you paid. So stop thinking that we pay like you pay a $30 ride. You paid a $30 ride, but we didn't get a $30 ride. I wish. We got about $15, sometimes $14 off of that. The minimum is $3 that we can take. But that means Lyft, that $3 ride technically was probably like a $6 ride or a $7 ride. But we only get $3. Bonuses in Connecticut suck. You're only gonna get $1. The most I ever seen was $4. That's about it. In Philadelphia, shit, I used to see like $7 bonuses, $10 bonuses. You will see bonuses in there. Oh, if you reach, by Friday, 5 o'clock in the morning, if you get like 30 rides or 45 rides, um, you'll get $80. But when you get, that's when you take those little $3 rides, because every ride count. You're not picking up the $3 rides because they're $3 rides. But one, think about it. If it's a $3 ride, it's a short ride, and it's counted as a ride. So if you're trying to reach whatever the heck money you got, plus an $80 bonus, it adds up, bro. It adds up. And let me answer this question. When people give you tips in here, if you still paying for the rental, you're not going to get any of those tips. That goes to the car. So now the car, if the car is actually paid and they give you a tip, you will get the tip, the full tip. But if you still owe on a car, you're not getting nothing. With Uber, you're getting those tips. All of it. You're getting all your tips, you're getting everything else. So those are my, cons. I can tell you more story about Uber, horrible stories. But I won't. I ain't even gonna bash all the passengers. I had great passengers, and then I had some real ignorant, ratchet ass people. With Lyft, I had great passengers, all great passengers. I haven't had a bad one. Nope, that's a lie. I had one that I actually would not accept anymore because they were like teenagers. They were high as hell. They ate up all my candy and left the trash in my car. And they kept kicking the back of my seat. I almost kicked them the hell out. So with Uber and Lyft, at the end of the ride on Uber, you can rate the driver. You can't rate the passenger. That sucks. Or give you an option if you actually want to pick up that ride. Would you like to pick up that ride again? You can't do that. With Lyft, otherwise, every single ride, you can rate your passenger. And the last question they ask you is, if you get this passenger again, will you actually like to pick him up again? Like I said, I only had to do that one time that I said, the hell no. Other than that, all my passengers been great. Thank you so much. Hit the like button, subscribe. I'm new at this. I'm not going to edit at all because I don't know how to do all that crap. So I'm just going to record a lot of crazy stuff. I eat a lot of crazy stuff. Sometimes I live. I will be very daring. I love to travel. So I will be posting like traveling posts. I haven't done it. I've been on the grind lately. So I've been kind of like, I'm concentrating right now on my money. And because I'm trying to move to North Carolina by no later than July. So that's the plan. So that's the plan. No more cold. Connecticut is very expensive. Very expensive. So like I said, like the video, subscribe. I try to make a video at least once a week. I do a lot of short videos. I haven't done them in probably 2 weeks. But I like act silly. I don't care what people think about my ass. I don't really care. I will curse. I do apologize in advance. And I do fishing videos, eating videos, traveling videos. Sometimes I would go to like abandoned abandoned buildings and go check them out and things like that. Like I said, me and my wife are very, very adventurous. We do not break into these places. If they're open and the door is just open, I will actually go in and we would check it out. No, we do not take anything, no belongings in there. We just go in there just to see the history of the house, who used to live there. I've been in one before and it looked like people just, for some weird reason, up and disappeared. It was very strange. Cars were still there. The dinner table it was set like they was ready to eat. There was food still in the refrigerator. Yes, it smelled horrendous. Clothing, pictures, jewelry, all kinds of stuff. It was still there. The pool was still had water in it. It just, it just weird that they just up and left, or at least didn't give it to the kids, or didn't have kids. I don't know. It's just very, very strange. But it was very interesting. I always been like a ghost hunter or an adventurous. So we might go ziplining, we might go skydiving, and trust me, anytime I do things like that, I will do a short video or a long video and I will post. Love and respect the people's channel. Ah, like I said, like and subscribe. Holla. Later. Coming from Philly. Well, I live in Connecticut now, but I'm always going to be Philly. You know what I mean? Later.